Hello there and welcome to Sister Sister. It's another exciting edition and my name is Jessica. Remember, the show is live across Sub-Saharan Africa on DSTV channel 363. We're live on City FM, live on City TV as well. Now, the show is brought to you by Talia Rice, always coming home to love, Vodafone, Together We Can, Onga, Mama's Helping Hand, Kel White, Happy Smile, and of course, Geisha. Geisha, African Strength. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, I'll be giving you the deets on who's joining us on the show, what to expect, how to join the conversations, and so much more. So don't go anywhere. Back to Sister Sister on your favorite station. Okay, so tonight you can join us in various ways. Be part of our conversation. We really value your opinions on the show. You can send a WhatsApp to 054-998-6996. Prefix it with a country code +233 if you're watching the show outside Ghana. And we know we have lots of viewers in Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Kenya. I get your emails all the time. Thank you, and I appreciate that. Also, if you like, you can send an email to jessica@cityfmonline.com or find us on Facebook at Sister Sister LIVE, Sister Sister Live. Like our page, join our growing community, join the engaging comments on our wall. You'd love it. Trust me. And so much more. You can send us a DM if you like. For now, though, let's say hello to my sisters in studio, and one of them will be joining us virtually. I've got Ceci to my right and, of course, Eugenia to my left. Ladies, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Good to see you. Ceci, how have you been?
I've been all right.
Yeah? Made some money?
Small money. Not as much as I want to, but
it's better than no money, right?
Yeah, it's better than no money.
Good to see you. I like the thing going on with your hair these days. Like, what's going on? You know?
Small experimenting here and there.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it. Yeah, Eugenia,
I like it
are you
too.
going to be dyeing your hair?
Well, who's to say?
You never know. You never know. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see
What have you
you.
been up to?
Usual, working, looking up words. No, but really, just work, promoting literacy, working with children, making sure that we get our I's dotted and our T's crossed. But we're reading.
Yes.
That's the bottom line.
Yes.
But
So good to
otherwise,
see you.
it's great.
Yeah. Always good to see you. Yeah. Joining us virtually as well, we have Claudia. Hello, Claudia. Good to see you. What's going on? I think your mic is muted, so you might want to unmute that so we can hear you. Let's see.
My days.
Aha,
Do you
now
hear
I can
me
hear
now?
you. Loud and clear, yes. What was that you were saying?
Work, and a bit of play along the line, but trying to be an adult, basically.
I like that, trying to be an adult. This adulting thing is a bit too hard these days, isn't it?
It's not easy.
Well, good to see you, Claudia, and thanks for joining us.
Pleasure.
All right, so ladies, let's jump right into our first story. People are waiting. So this one says, good evening, sisters. I've been dating my boyfriend for 2 years, and I've recently noticed some changes in his behavior. He doesn't call me anymore, and every time I call him, he claims he is busy. I visit his place. He isn't home. I suspect he's seeing someone else. I really don't want to lose him because my friends will laugh at me. They know I've undergone 4 abortions for him already, even though they advised me against it. The more I try to forget him, the more I fall for him. I don't know what to say. I'm fed up and I feel like taking my life. Please help. I did not expect it to end that way. Yes. You want to jump in on this one?
Yeah,
first?
that's a bit heavy, the way it ended. It's a bit heavy. I don't think anyone is worth dying for in that sense. And so the first thing I'll say is that please do not take your life, for the sake of anybody. The other issues raised, though, quite troubling. I thought, before you ended her letter, I thought that I was going to say that she probably does not love him as much if the concern about breaking up with him is that my friends will laugh at me. In which case, maybe you feel you've invested too much And so you don't want to let go. And we've all been through there as women. We all have. When you've given one person your all, and when it's a man, you've given them your all, and it looks like it's not going to go the right way. I think that if your friends will laugh at you, considering the life surgeries you've gone through 4 abortions, as you say, for him, and your friends will laugh at you, you need to change your friends. They really should be empathizing with you and probably be upset with him, because he is, as it were, the one causing you heartache. I know my ring of girls would do that for me. They will not be laughing at me. But I think that the other thing I would like to suggest, it may not be a good time, but we don't know if you write us again, and so I want to address it, is the fact that having 4 abortions will have its toll on your body, both physically, both on the outside and on the inside. Nobody is worth it. I mean, so unless it's for medical reasons that you're having those abortions, even that, there's a way of going around it. I think that you need to value yourself more. I think you really need to love yourself more. When you love yourself, and that's the thing that I realize as young women, when we go into relationships, when we say we give our all, we literally do.
Yes.
We give everything and forget about who we are. So I have my partner, I've got to be there for him. Are they there for you? Anyone who loves you shouldn't let you go through 4 abortions.
I agree.
Your parents wouldn't let you do that. And that's because they love you. And someone who loves you should not let you go through 4 abortions. Even 1 is bad enough. And then 4. This is not meant to make you feel bad, but this is meant for you to take stock of your life. I think that you need to love yourself first. It's only when you love yourself that you attract the right energy. You attract the right people. But taking your life over him, guess what? You suspect he's seeing someone else. He probably wouldn't even turn up at your funeral. Or would with her.
Yeah.
So what's the point in dying over him? Forget about your friends laughing at you if the right thing to do is to move on. And it sounds like it. I mean, I know we don't have the whole picture, but it sounds like the right thing to do is to move on, because you're likely to have more abortions then.
Yeah. Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Claudia, let me bring you in. I don't know what you think about this.
I think she said it all. She was just saying everything I tried to say. So I was just nodding and nodding and nodding and nodding. Because when I was listening, I was like, who is this girl and where is she? She's not found herself. So although she thought she was in a relationship, she was there for the guy. It was basically what the guy wanted that she was doing. So she's not really found herself. But for me, the scary bit is the suicidal side. Yeah. And I think she shouldn't play with it. She should seek help as soon as possible. Because sometimes you think you are strong enough. You think you are there. You think you can manage it. Sometimes you're just playing with the thoughts, but you never know the last straw. Maybe in just one last conversation with him, he'll just throw you off and then you feel like taking your life. So please, 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 as early as possible. I know therapy is not really popular in our side of the world, but I would beg her to seek psychological treatment. And also, the trust is gone. So whatever she thinks she's going to keep in the relationship is not going to work, because she says she claims whenever he gives her an excuse, she doesn't even believe the guy anymore. So what is keeping her there? Seriously, for me, I think you should move on. And with the abortions, life happened. People fall out of love all the time. And he's falling out of love with you. So you just have to accept it and move on. People have done worse things for men, and they have still moved on. Right. It's sad, it's painful. You learn your lesson, you pick yourself up, and move on. And like she said earlier on, if your friends are not there to support you at this moment, then they are not friends. Because your girls should be cheering you on and even telling you to pull out. I mean, that's what my friends would tell me at the first instance. Like, why are you still with him? What are you getting from him? Move on. We are going to be here for you. So if you are not getting that, please, 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 move on and seek help. Especially with the suicide bit. That bit scares me.
Yeah, very scary. Ceci, what do you think?
I'm also very worried about the suicidal aspect, because if it has gotten this far, then her mental, her physical faculties are seriously affected. And you see, she needs to be talking to the right people, because if she has friends like these and she thinks that, okay, if I get out of the relationship, they are going to laugh at me, that means, first of all, you are not staying in the relationship for yourself. You are staying there for eye service. Okay? So she needs to talk to the right people. Find somebody who is matured enough, who has your interest at heart to talk to. Because obviously you need someone to talk to. Because if you're having suicidal tendencies, then that is a very big issue. And like Eugenia rightly said, you shouldn't play with it because it has gone far enough. Okay? And as to whether he's seeing someone else or not, it is obvious that he does not want you. So I don't really care if he's seeing someone else or not. The fact that when you call, he doesn't pick up, and when you call him, either he's busy or he doesn't pick up, or he's never home. Yeah. Where is he? He's not spending his time with you, so who is he spending time with? So you should look at all that. And you see, one thing that I've come to know is that women need to discover themselves a bit more before attaching themselves to someone else and expecting the person to know you inside out and make you happy. Because if you are not able to make yourself happy, you can't expect someone else to make you happy.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true that in our dealings with people, as we move on, we'll let you discover yourself more and more. It will help you discover yourself, because there are certain things that you do not know about yourself, but others know about you. The Johari window. Okay, so there are certain things that you know about yourself people do not know. There are things that you know people know. There are things that you don't know people know, or people don't know and you know. Right. You know, and the ones that you don't know and people do not know either. Okay, so she needs to be able to discover herself, love herself more, know her self-worth. Okay, before you attach yourself to someone else, and then now you put the person at the center of your happiness, and you give the person the key to your happiness. Charlie, it will be a problem for you. So as much as possible, from what we know, it is very obvious on the face value, even if you delve deeper, it is very, very obvious that that is not a relationship she should be in. For the abortions, they have talked about it, so I won't talk much about it. It's going to have its toll on you, because it's like you are truncating a natural thing, something that was supposed to follow through, and it's going to have its effect. So 1 is one too many, 4 is just too much. It's just too much, and it's enough for somebody who doesn't give a hoot about you. So please, this relationship, no. If you're having suicidal tendencies, no, you shouldn't be there. He's not there for you, no. Your friends, you need to change them. Yeah. Change your circle of friends.
Completely.
Because if you're afraid, they are going to laugh at you. So you are staying in there, and you are going to kill yourself eventually. Because one time you go onto that table, take that pill, take that injection, and you will not come back. So first of all, pull out. And then find some inner peace. Rejuvenate, okay, before you attach yourself to someone else. Please.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just add my voice to everything that you ladies have said. You know, for starters, I'm very bothered. Yes, the suicide bit, but also by her circle of friends. They're not good for you. Friends are supposed to be supportive. They're supposed to be there for you. And so, and I don't know what has transpired till date, reason why you feel like they will laugh at you. I get the sense that maybe they said, this guy isn't good for you. Ain't you kind of thing. And like, you know, you've sort of gone ahead and you've hit a brick wall. But it's never too late to turn your life around. I don't know how old you are, okay? You want to kill yourself over a guy. Guess what? He may not even come for your funeral. Because if he's really seeing somebody else, he doesn't want to be with you. Have some self-respect, have some self-esteem, you know, and know that you can continue without this individual. Trust me, several years down the line, you will remember this conversation we're having on the show today, because you will look back and laugh and think, wow, I was actually going to kill myself for this person? You are worth so much more, and it's never too late. Yes, your past may be checkered, but it doesn't mean that you can't affect how things go on or how things happen to you going forward. Your future is in your hands. and you can completely change your destiny. So don't feel like this is the end of the road. Forget your friends. They're going to laugh. People will talk about you either way. That's how the world is made. We talk about people. We're here talking about your story. It's a natural thing. So if you're going to be worried that people are going to laugh, you will never progress in life. You know, this guy, he's not good for you. It's so obvious. We've all said the same thing. Don't let us talk plenty. Okay, just take the advice. Find your way out of that relationship. I feel like you're in it by yourself anyway. Sever that relationship and rebuild your life. You'll come back and thank us for it. It's Sister on City TV and City FM. We'll go for a quick break. We'll be right back. You're welcome back, Sister on City TV and City FM. The name is Jessica. We've got a couple more stories to go. But before then, we've got quite a number of messages which have come through for our first story. So I'll just quickly run through a few and then we'll continue. So Nana says, wear a condom. Bluntly, you have more growing and maturing to do. No man that values you will make you go down that road. No man that loves you will endanger your life 4 times. Richmond says, don't be silly. Accept that it has happened for the best of reasons. Keep your mind busy doing something productive and know that love happens again. The pain subsides like it always does. Turn the pain into motivation to bring a positive change in your life. Stay motivated. Papa Yao says, it's because of these abortions and that's why you can walk. You've always allowed yourself to be used, but focus on salvaging the situation. Do your checks. If he's cheating, try to leave him. If you can't, seek the help of a counselor. You'll be fine. Kelly says, 2 every year. Even if you can't force him to use a condom or use contraceptive pills yourself, don't you know something called menstrual calendar? Nancy says, when will you girls learn? Why do 4 abortions and tell your friends? You didn't even say friend, but friends. Learn to keep secrets. Some things are best kept to yourself. Keep your secret. Move on before it overs you. It's obvious you don't have a life of your own. You live for others. Well done. Great says, it's far better to leave when you're not treated right than to give yourself false hope and eventually kill yourself because it's not working. Even if you were to have all your 4 friends and this guy decided to leave, he will still leave because you can't trap a man with kids. Oh, 4 kids. I said 4 friends. Okay. All right. Now it says, I don't know why your friends know about the private things you did in your relationship, but what they or others will do should not be the reason for you to stay or try to hold on to a relationship that is crumbling. Be bold, move on, but learn from this and ensure that you use contraceptives next time. And finally, Kweku says, nobody should pamper her. She should... No, I'm not going to read this. I'm not going to read this. All right, we'll go for a quick break. Actually, no, we'll go into our next story because we've already been to a break. And yeah, we'll just go on like that. So this one says, greetings, sisters. My husband and I have been married for almost 2 years. He's a good man and extremely responsible. But the issue is that he wants me to shave my pubic hair all the time. Even when there is small hair, he will refuse to have sex with me. I don't like shaving because it itches so badly and sometimes it leaves razor bumps. I have tried hair removal creams and even done waxing, but when the hair is growing back, the discomfort is just too much to bear. I have to shave every 3 days because if I don't, he will not touch me. It's very exhausting and stressful. I don't know if there's another recommendation that you guys can give, but please help me. Ceci. Please help her. Oh boy. What do you think? Pubic hair.
Okay.
Oh, you need a moment to think?
She's stumped.
This is different. Wow. Okay. I'm trying to figure out the nature of your conversations with your husband before you got married, because this should have come up somehow. I don't know if you talked about sex-related stuff or lovemaking, whether you were intimate before you got married. Okay, so I'm a bit confused as to why you didn't know this before you got married. That being said, okay, so now the problem is, it's not like she likes to shave, or she doesn't like to
She
shave.
doesn't like to.
She doesn't
but her
like
husband
to.
Wants her to, yeah.
Okay, and the problem is she has discomfort when the hair is growing back.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you do?
Well, I think I'll try to convince him somehow that at least he should understand my worry or my position, because in as much as you want me to shave, it makes me uncomfortable. Okay, so maybe I'll try to understand why it makes you uncomfortable that I have hair there. If it is not so, I don't know, maybe the friction will make him uncomfortable or something. But Charlie, I think I'll try to have a very serious conversation with him to understand where I am coming from, because you want it that way, but at the end of the day, I'm the one who is bearing the brunt of it. Okay, but first of all, well, after having that conversation with him, if he's still adamant, maybe the two of us may have to see a professional about it, maybe a doctor or something. Maybe he or she could recommend something that could help with the situation. Maybe when the hair is growing back, you don't have all that discomfort or something. But really, I think that's the best I would do in her position.
Okay.
I really don't know what else I would do, because this is natural. This is a natural thing. Okay, it's a natural occurrence. I experience it myself. But I mean, I'll give it like a week tops, and then I'll be fine, because you definitely have to groom the place and make the place look nice, small. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Claudia, let me hear you. You've been giggling since the beginning.
This is a tricky one. Has she thought of laser hair treatments? Because I know some people do it permanently to get rid of. There are some treatments for permanent removal of pubic hair. So there is that option if she wants to do it. I don't know if it's medical or it's cosmetic. Right. But there is that option where it's permanent, or I think it's semi-temporary to permanent. But that is not even my issue. My issue is, this is quite tricky, because we are dwelling on body autonomy and also looking at sexual attraction. So for someone to have sex with you, they need to be attracted to you. And this is a husband and wife who are supposed to be having legal sex. They allow sex, consensual sex. So I don't know what the challenge is. I don't know if they are not communicating. So for her to have come this far, it means it's gotten beyond the point of him being considerate of her consents. So I want to assume they've talked about it. He knows the challenges that she's going through, and he's still insisting that the hair must go. And that is where I would say, if she's still interested in the marriage, she can consider this permanent hair treatment. But I would tell her to do what would make her happy at this point. Does she still have to? Because I mean, someone would say, will you divorce a man because he says you have to shave your pubic hair? But it's more of, does this man respect your safety? Because this is something that is harming you. And he's saying, do it. But on the other side, he needs to be attracted to you to have sex with you. And from the text, you really want to have sex with him. So it's tricky. But I would advise her to think about herself and to ask herself, is it worth harming myself so that I can continue to have sex with this man? Or should I do the permanent hair removal? I'm sure there'll be side effects. I mean, when you go beyond nature, there are always side effects, and I'm not aware of that. So for me, I would tell her to focus on herself, because we are talking about sex, attraction. Someone who is now your husband is supposed to be your companion for life, the one who's supposed to be with you in your barest minimum, when you don't even want anybody to see you. This man should be cheering you on. But he's telling you, and even with sex, it comes with confidence. You have to be confident to love your body, to feel attracted to a man. And now he's saying, you don't attract me. And you are doing everything just to please him. So what about you in this whole equation? I mean, and I don't even want to say that pubic hair is so small to leave, because people have left people because they couldn't put toothpaste on the brush well, and marriages have ended over that. So think about yourself. Do you still want to harm yourself? And I'm using harm because this thing is harming a very delicate part of your body. So she should think about herself and not just the man, and make the decisions based on herself, her protection, her security, and long-term health goals, basically. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Eugenia.
Right. So the horse may have bolted the stable, but I think Ceci put it best when she said, you need to communicate before, when you're in a relationship. We're assuming that this must not have come up as a conversation or as an activity for it to be an issue. I can't stress on this enough that I know that people's religions, or our religions, subscribe or tell us not to have premarital sex and whatever, You don't need to have sex to know certain things. This can be a conversation. This is more hygiene, isn't it? Body hygiene.
Right.
Underarms hair, chest hair, all that. What I want to find, what I wish she had said was what she used to do before she got married in terms of her hygiene routine of her vaginal space. What did she used to do? Because I'm sure she didn't just let it grow. But and all the other options that we are aware of that she could be doing, she says they all give her the same side effect. It comes with razor bumps. Razor bumps. So what have you been doing? I wish she had addressed that, because that also gives context. That and if that was the case, then it would presuppose that you probably again never had premarital sex, so it didn't come up as an issue, and so we're where we are. Moving forward, I just want to add to what Claudia said, that yes, laser is available. What I don't know is whether you can use it in the vaginal area, one. Two, I don't know how much it will cost, the cost implication. And I don't even know if it's done here in Ghana. But then again, that's beside the point. If it's done in South Africa or wherever, you can go get it done. I want to just, I think, probably rehash what Claudia was saying, that are you willing to put yourself through whatever it is? Because you sound not desperate, you sound like you need to fix it. You want it fixed.
Exactly.
My thing is, you are the only one who seems to want to fix it from the tone of your message.
It's like if you
both
don't fix
of
it,
you,
goes against you.
Yes, it goes against you. Does he understand where you come from? As in, it's uncomfortable, when it's growing, and so what can we do about it? Or it's like, you fix it, or I'm not touching you. It's a two-way street. The two of you have got to fix it. You can't be the only one finding the solution to the problem. There's also the issue, and I'll raise it now, that, like Claudia was saying, probably based on this, you're not compatible. It is truth. You are married, there's no question about it. But it could be that this is where both of you are not compatible. So now you need to compromise. It's like coming together and realizing that we're married, but where our blood types are not compatible, so we can't have children.
Yeah.
And you accept it, or you decide, no, I want to have natural birth, and so we're going to go our separate ways. I feel like, whilst I'm not promoting, I feel like divorce seems to be a very touchy subject for people. But this is why we have a lot of mental health issues within marriages, where people tend to think, I am stuck to you through thick or thicker. Now, yes, it's like she was saying, the risk or the fears that people will trivialize, it's just pubic hair. No, she knows the level of discomfort she goes through. If it's the time that you're in public and you're scratching, that would, that cannot be a good thing. And so I feel like maybe the husband is not aware of this part of it. The both of them probably need, which was also suggested, I think you did, for counseling. And address it. Maybe counseling here, like I said, maybe a doctor, maybe a dermatologist, to find out what the situation is and what can be done about it. But she can't fix it by herself. The two of them can fix it. And the fixing includes a compromise.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I'm glad you said that because for me, the whole issue the elephant in the room is the fact that no one wants to compromise, or it's just one person who's being made to compromise. But it's a problem for both of them. What I'm asking myself is, can she, say, use scissors and bring it to an appreciable or a better, quote-unquote, level where her husband is comfortable enough and says, okay, this is something I don't like but can tolerate, as opposed to having like a full bush, right? Because it sounds like that's what it is. Else we wouldn't be, I mean, we wouldn't write into the show. So definitely some compromise has to happen. Or unfortunately, this relationship may go through a lot of strain and eventually end up where you may not want it to go. All right, so someone's got to give. Something has got to give, you know. So good luck with that. We'll go into our next message. Says, good evening, sisters. I've been dating my girlfriend for almost 2 years. Unfortunately, she lost her job 5 months ago. I proposed marriage to her, but she says she wants to be financially stable before we get married. What's your take on this? Claudia.
I can't believe I was hearing what I was hearing.
Talk to me. What do you think? She wants to be financially stable.
I think I'm with the lady on this. The same way I won't advise a woman to marry an unemployed man, I'm not going to advise a man to marry an unemployed woman. It's as simple as that. And in most cases, finance or money has been one of the biggest issues for divorce, simply because friends can become enemies because of money. So it's also an issue of empowerment. When you have the funds, when you have the means, even if not to support, even if he wants you to be a housewife, you still need money. And to get that money, she believes she will get it from a job. And so she wants to get a job before she marries. What's the big deal? What's the rush? The world is not going to end tomorrow. It's not like she said she's leaving you. She still wants to be with you, but she's only saying, hey, there are some rules and there are some steps I need to follow before I will be confident in myself and before I think this marriage will succeed. What's the rush? Is he doubting her love or is he thinking she's playing delaying tactics? Because, and in the first place, why does he want to marry a woman who is not economically empowered? And I know in our society, there's this whole mentality that a man is the breadwinner. He has to take care of you. He has to feel like a man. And so many men are dying under this burden of being a breadwinner. You are lucky. You've been blessed with an economically empowered woman who wants to work and support you. And you want to be your guy. And you are doubting yourself. My man, when you go to bed, thank God that he blessed you with a woman who wants to be independent economically. It's going to prolong your life. And it's going to help you to even save. So for me, this is not a big deal. You should even be proud of her. That in this time and age where some people are looking for the easy life, Madame wants to be empowered and more so economically. She doesn't want to be a burden. She doesn't want to be a liability. So what is what is worrying him? I don't see the problem here. You should just give her time, because marriage, there are so many steps you have to go through to be prepared. Some need money, some need mental preparation. She feels she needs that financial independence before she says, I do. And she's entitled to it. It's her right, and he should respect that, basically. Yeah.
Claudia, you know there are some men who will say, but Mayuri, I'll take care of you.
I hate that, actually. Seriously, I hate it when men try to encroach into your boundaries, because you've set a boundary for yourself and he's not respecting that boundary. He's trying to debate that boundary, trying to undermine that boundary, trying to remind you that, hey, are you sure you've considered it all? After all, I am economically empowered enough to take care of you. I'm not your child. You can supplement along the line, but to say, I want to take care of you. My father is taking care of me. Whatever we do in marriage is supposed to be negotiated. And in this negotiation, I'm telling you that I need a job before I can come to the table. And that should be respected.
Nanyan, what do you think, Eugene?
Please, indulge me. Give me the first line again.
Okay. Says, I've been dating my girlfriend for 2 years. Unfortunately, she lost her job 5 months ago. I proposed marriage to her, but she wants to be financially stable before we get married.
So he didn't say what he does. I thought I had missed that.
No.
Right. So he's not necessarily a millionaire.
No.
To want to say that I will take care of you. You know, Jessica, we're saying this, you know, behind before the cameras roll, that a lot of men don't get relationship advice. A lot of our men do not get relationship advice. There's no known platform.
Right.
And all they hear is, when you get married, you have to take care of your household. And taking care is not limited to providing financially. It also means being there when the woman decides, I want to go and do my master's, and you have kids. That's what taking care means. Taking care means she's having second thoughts about moving on to another phase of her life. You're there saying, you know what, you can do this, you've got this, go ahead and do it. Taking care means allowing her to find a job so she doesn't need to ask you for money for sanitary towel.
Thank you.
You know, I feel it is great that he means well. I get it. But it is so misplaced.
Right.
This feeling should be for your daughter. When you have a daughter, this is how you should feel about her. I have to provide for you. No one else should. But when you go for someone's daughter who has, and like she said, you found a gem. She said, I want to find a job before we settle down and get married. So let me go along with his proposal. So she agrees to marry you. You get married and you're taking care of her. She gets comfortable and decides, okay, I'm not going to work because you give me a monthly stipend and then you take care of the kids and everything. 3 years down the line, touch wood, you die.
Or you lose your job.
Or you lose your job. Who's going to take care of all of you?
Right.
You got a mortgage, I'm sure you know, or even rent. Who's going to take care of it? You know, we need our men as well. We really need our men to begin to really look at some of these old definitions of taking care of your family. Because it takes two of us to take care of the family. This other thing of not putting a value on the fact that the woman is at home taking care of the children. When you hire a nanny, it gives you a fair idea of how much you should be paying your wife. When you hire a nanny to take care of your kids, when the kids go to school and you pay school fees, it tells you. So if your wife was homeschooling, that's how much you should be paying her.
Yes.
So I think we don't, as a people, and when I say as a people, I mean Africans, we don't really place value on, the partnership in marriages. It feels one-sided. And again, it puts too much pressure on you, the man. It's too much pressure. You don't need it. So what is wrong if your wife is the one who can supplement the income at home? It makes you less of a man. How? As in, when you walk about, everyone can tell, my wife supplements my income. My wife makes more than I do. My wife has 2 masters and I have a first degree, and therefore it makes me less of a man. We need our men to lose these mentalities. I couldn't agree with Claudia anymore. You have found you a gem. Do not lose this woman. Agree with her. Again, I don't know what the point is about getting married, you know, if it's right about now. She got pregnant. I'm sorry, the marriage will not change anything. It's normally for show face that, oh, she's a married woman. It doesn't take away anything if it's about pregnancy. If it's about you feeling insecure because you think someone else will go for her, then again address that problem as an individual. If it's things from her, I mean, there are so many things to consider from just this 4 or 5 lines he's put through. I feel he himself probably is not ready for marriage. It takes a mature mind to say, I want to get married. And I think in I can speak for Ghana, we tend to, when you're worry. you're of age, married. Age is not equal to maturity. I've met 20-year-old men who make more sense than a 45-year-old man because of life's experiences. That's the other thing. Life's experiences give people different perspectives. Someone who has lived their life on the streets, their perception or perspective of life is totally different from someone who's been sheltered all their life.
Sure.
So I feel that he's probably rushing. I don't know how old they are, but you're rushing it. And probably this is how God is telling you to slow your roll. And you've got based on this, you've got a good woman. This is someone who, like my father used to say, when I'm dead, I know your mother can take care of you. This is the kind of woman you want.
Right. Well said. Ceci.
Couldn't believe that.
All the apple is finished. But I like the fact that both sisters stressed on the fact that we have lost focus of what it means to take care of the family.
Yeah.
It is because of this particular indoctrination that women think that, okay, I can just sit down and then you'll be giving me the money. And then now you have men questioning, okay, so apart from sex, what can you bring to the table?
Precisely.
Okay? So it is good that she wants to be financially independent, because that is what I think that every woman should be able to do. Not that you find a rich man and then he wants to marry you and then, oh, great, mediloto. No, it shouldn't be like that. If you want to supplements, and I'm doing Senquine.
Yep.
If I have the money and you want to add, because you can't, the way the world is changing, you can't have enough money. You cannot. Charlie, you want to travel the world, Charlie, and you need a lot of money to do that. You want to take your kids to the best schools. You want to live in the best homes, Charlie. You can't have enough money.
Sure.
So what is wrong if you're, in fact, who how cry anything? You want someone who wants to be financially independent before you get married, and then you are rushing her. Please slow your roll, Eugenia. Eugenia has told you, slow your roll. Okay, there is no rush. Charlie, marriage, yes, it is a milestone, but it's not all that. We place too much premium on marriage.
Yeah.
Okay, it is not like you are married and then that's it. You have achieved for life. There is life after marriage. There is life after children. Okay, so please sit back, relax, because this woman is a good one. A woman who is willing to work for her money is a rare find. She doesn't only want to depend on your money, because really, you didn't state that you were a multi-millionaire or Bill Gates assistant or whatever. You did not mention that. So I don't think you have all the money in the world. And like Eugenia said, we live in a world of uncertainties. Anything can happen. You can be, well, God forbid, something may happen. You have a cardiac arrest. You have a stroke. You cannot do anything. You can't work. Then what? I have sat down for years and years and I haven't worked. I don't have a craft. I don't know anything, and I don't have any business investment. And then I'm just sitting there for you to give me handouts. I have to come and ask you for money for sanitary towels. If I need a new wardrobe, I have to come and ask you. If I need money for the kitchen, I have to ask you. You see, when both of you are financially independent, you can both, share the load of taking care of the house as far as the financial aspect is concerned, because it takes a big load off the man. Okay? Apart from the fact that you have to be there financially, you have to be there. Okay? So when you don't have to now be working 2 jobs because you have to, you are the single earner in the house or the breadwinner of the house. You can work and then have a good work-life balance. You can come home and help the children with the homework. Not that you stay home and then the woman is there and laboring. She will do housework. The children will come back. She will take care of their homework, wash their clothes, take care of their lunch and stuff like that. It puts a lot of pressure on both of you. So take your time, because finances is not a big deal, but it's a very, very big deal. Okay?
Sure.
So it is a very big deal. So please, it will take a matured man to see the sense in what this woman is saying.
Yeah.
Obviously, you are not ready for marriage. You don't know what it entails. You have no idea.
Let's also just think for a moment about a whole crop of men who also like to have their woman depend on them because it gives them control. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yes, right. they're those.
Yeah.
So, who knows? Maybe this guy might be one of them. But I'm
but
just saying.
Conditions.
Yeah, of course.
They're conditions.
I'm, however, saying that if this is the situation you're faced with, help her get a job quickly.
That's it.
Help her attain all her financial goals quickly. Then you could get married. Win-win. Problem solved. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, there's more. Sister on City TV and City FM. Remember our WhatsApp number 054-998-6996. You can also send a quick email to jessica@cityfmonline.com. Our next message is here. Says, "Hi Jess, I've been dating my girlfriend for 11 months and the main issue I have is that every time we go out to have a meal, she never offers to pay the bill. I want to discuss it with her, but I feel it's common sense really. She should offer to pay sometimes, or am I asking for too much?"
Is that a girl who's his friend? Or girlfriend?
Girlfriend, proper girlfriend. You know, they're in a relationship. Who wants to go first? Eugenia?
Who takes whom out? He doesn't say.
No, he doesn't say.
Okay, so the rule of that
engagement
is that if you ask me out, you should be taking care of it.
Interesting.
Yes, that's the rule. You ask me out. So you want my company. It's not so much as you're paying for it, but basically, so it's like you invite me to a party and then when I get there, say gate fee is 20 cedis. Like, really? But again, on the other side, obviously, it's good they're dating. But being your girlfriend, it means that you're dating. Yes, bring it up. I think you should. If that's what you want, bring it up. But not during one of the sessions, but before. What do you think? What do you think of women paying for dates their own? Whatever she tells you, should tell you. You get it. So you will create that scenario when you are not even on a date.
Right.
It could be, my friend went out with his girlfriend and he said, I was expecting her to pay half of it, and so he's come back to me and asking for my opinion. What do you think? Whatever answer she gives you is what she believes in.
Right.
It's for you to decide whether. I have a cousin, Takradibe, who will say, Obian and apart from. So everybody is perfect, but apart from the one thing. So you can decide that this apart from is what you want to live with. You haven't said whether this is just one of many things you didn't like about her, or this is the one thing you've seen that you don't like. Again, it's a relationship. If you think you're enjoying the relationship and that is becoming a thorny area, you're not sure how to handle it, don't go out and eat. Eat at home.
No.
When did you fear? Then when she asks you to, you should take me out, probably say, it's a bit heavy on my pocket these days.
Don't worry.
And then she may say, I will pay. Then you realize she's not averse to it after all.
Tricky. Okay, what do you think, Ceci?
Yeah, tricky. Yeah, it's very tricky.
It is.
Because in our part of the world, that rule of engagement is not so adhered to. Okay, is it normally, let's go somewhere, like both of you agree, Yanko, or the guy
take you out.
or let me take you out, or the other way around. Now, if that is a problem for you, then you need to bring it up. It's Charlie, you can't escape it. You need to talk about it. If it is a problem to you, no matter how trivial you may think it is. See, we just discussed someone who wants to take care of somebody, and then
you can't win.
Exactly, you can't win. You can't win. Everywhere there is an issue. Everywhere.
Yeah.
So, what I'll say is, if it's a problem, bring it up, talk about it. Maybe you can create a scenario like Virginia rightly said. Just throw the thing about, like a casual conversation, and then see where her mind is at when it has to do with things like that. Okay. So if she hasn't really offered to pay anything, like every time you guys go out, she hasn't offered to pay anything, that already should tell you something little. So maybe you can try and do a bit more investigation by asking her a random thing, throwing it in a conversation, and then see how she thinks about it. That's it. Then you know what you're getting. Yeah.
Right. Claudia, your thoughts? In Berlin, how is it done?
We go Dutch. Actually, in the restaurants, when they bring the bill, they will ask separate or together. They don't even decide for you.
Okay.
So it's a cultural thing, and he needs to understand that it's a cultural thing. And interacting with some of the ladies in Ghana, asking a woman to pay for a date, she might even think you are not man enough. Like, some actually view love and affection, or a man's seriousness about you, or a man's economic stability based on how much he pays at dates. So some women have not even thought about the fact of offering to pay for dates, or even taking their men out for dates. So it's a very cultural thing. It might not be that she's not open-minded or she's being stingy. It's probably all that she's known. She's been taught to believe that if a man likes you, he takes you out and he pays the bill. So it will need a bit of re-socialization to move her from where she is. That is if she wants to move. And so there's a whole conversation that needs to be had. Talk to her, tell her, you know what, I feel like as a man, this is also what I feel is my love language, that my girl will take me out once in a while. And just test her pulse on it and see what she has to say. But aside that, it's a cultural thing, and you need communication, and she also being willing, because every woman has a love language. For all you know, she feels, well, if I'm with a man, he has to pay for everything. So then you have no business being with her. You have to move on and find someone who speaks your love language as well.
Well said. I was just asking myself, what has he taught her?
Yes.
You know, because for instance,
It's
maybe
been a practice
for you know,
from the
exactly, it's been a practice from the beginning. He probably even got offended in the very early part of the relationship when if she tried, like, oh, it's a man thing, bring it to me. Why did you put the bill in front of the woman? And you know that, and there are men who get offended when you pay. You know, so sometimes we're the ones who
set the tone.
Set the tone, you know, and it's like, Charlie, now you're tired. Continue paying. No, I'm kidding. But really, have that conversation with her. Let her know that every now and again, you know, you appreciate a woman who just, and not because you don't have the money, but you just feel, you know, she can pick up the bill every now and again, or stop going out.
That's all.
What did you with here?
Eat at home. All right, so we'll end the show here. It's been a great show. Ladies, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Appreciate. And Claudia, of course, for joining us all the way from Berlin. Lots of love. As always, a big thank you to our sponsors who bring us the show every single week. What would we do without you? Talia Rice. Have you guys tasted Talia Rice yet?
Not yet.
I'm going to hook you up. You know, always coming home to love. Vodafone, Together We Can. Onga, Mama's helping hand. The voice. Kel White, it's a toothpaste you'd absolutely love. Happy Smiles is what it gives you. Geisha, African Strength. My name is Jessica. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We'll be back same time next week.